There's an old saying that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Well, 3 years ago, I was the student, and Joseph appeared to transform my life. I met Joseph in a gym yoga class, and it was my first yoga class, actually. I had never felt compelled to walk up and introduce myself to an instructor before, but I could tell that there was something really different about him. And I walked up and introduced myself, and that's what started a great friendship and a personal transformation in my life. Joseph's style of yoga transformed my life on and off the mat. I think one of the biggest challenges I was facing at that time was in my acting career. I felt like I was doing everything right, but that things just weren't happening for me. I wasn't getting the breakthroughs that I was expecting to have at that point, and I just kept pushing and pushing and pushing, but nothing was going my way, nothing was happening. But one of the things that Joseph taught in his classes is that if you're struggling on the mat, then you're struggling off the mat too. And I learned to just kind of let go and go with the flow. And I realized that in yoga, the skills build upon each other, and you get a mental toughness, and you get stronger physically, and eventually it all kind of comes together. But you have to first surrender and release. And I realized that my yoga practice and my acting practice were a lot alike. And once I started taking that off the mat and into acting, things started happening for me there too. Joseph's style of teaching is very gentle, but he does give you that mental toughness that you need. And his classes aren't easy. They're very challenging, very physically, very mentally challenging. And I love especially that he brings the spiritual aspect into it. I think most importantly is what I learned from Joseph as a person in his faith. He offered me godly counsel through many challenges that I was facing, and he was a mentor and friend to me, and he still is. And that's where my biggest transformation occurred, is in knowing Christ. I was a Christian prior to meeting him and prior to taking his classes, but I learned to have a close personal relationship with Christ through Joseph, and I think that that is the best thing that he taught me. Joseph is a person who shows love to everybody he meets, his friends, his family, people who encounter him on a daily basis. He shows the love of Christ to everyone that he comes in contact with. How has he changed my life? Well, in a lot of ways, but I think most importantly is absolutely to know Christ better. And I have a peace in my soul now that I never had before. I seek God's will for my life on a daily basis. And yeah, it doesn't hurt that I'm a working actor now. I feel a lot more confident. And I just feel like my life has been transformed in so many ways. Joseph has a really unique concept for his studio, one where he can show the love of Christ to others on a more consistent basis, where he can reach out to more people. And I think we need a practice like this now. We need a place where people can go and can get that, where people can transform their lives, and his classes are a means of reaching more people. It can affect our community in unimaginable ways, to teach others how to show that love and to transform their lives. That's why I think it's really important to donate to this studio, because you can absolutely transform lives with your donations, and you might find that the life that you're transforming could be your own.